Well, good evening, everyone. This is Austin with the Austin J. Haines Show. And tonight I want to talk about change. It's a season of change right now. We're into autumn, October 2nd, 2023. And I think the first thing is some self-reflection. What is it that's important in your life right now? And maybe is there a change that you're facing? I can't say who's saying hello, but let me know who you are. Sometimes if you're listening live, sometimes you put a comment, it says Facebook user. So type in your name so I can give you a shout out. And I want to welcome in our audiences tonight. Perhaps you're facing some change. Maybe you're going through some rejection. Maybe you launched your business. Maybe you've been putting yourself out there in a book or someone else. What's up, Gordon? How are you, my friend? So Gordon Burdecki is somebody you should be following. So Gordon is doing a lot of great things, not only in the personal training. I would say Gordon focuses on mind, body, and spirit, but he heavily focuses on getting your body in shape. So I've had an opportunity to work with him. So make sure you check out Gordon. Gordon, thanks for being on here tonight. And Gordon, I think you can speak to this because this is something that rejection. And Gordon will be the first to tell you that the two things that grow muscle are what? Since Gordon's on here, I'll let him. There's two things that are in my mind right now that allow muscle to grow. And think of muscle as change, the changing of the seasons. I think that we can have a tendency to hold on to things. So resistance, I'm thinking of failure, the muscle rejecting the weight, the load becomes too heavy and the muscles are fighting it. And it's in the failure, pushing yourself to failure in the fitness world that causes what? Breakdown. Let me share something with you that is profound. That will definitely, I was going to save this till later, but I want to hear from you tonight. I want to hear from the live audience, and I'm going to welcome in all of our audiences, but I don't want to hold out. Your doctor must have a broken leg. Your doctor must have a broken leg to doctor. Your defects are the ways that glory gets manifested. Yesterday, I spoke in front of a live audience. I did this first poetic inspirational experience, and I shared this. This is a verse from Rumi, the great poet. Your defects are the ways that your glory gets manifested. And you may say, what does that mean? The world, you won't hear this anywhere else. The world wants you to think everything's great. Everybody wants to show you the shine, but they will very rarely admit what it takes to get there. Failure is an everyday psychological occurrence. Not so much because really failure is feedback, but it's the psychological reflection back that we go through every single day. I was in sales for 19 years, longer than 19 years, but specifically with the same company. 19 years with the same company, and I had failed thousands of times. Thousands. I think of Thomas Edison in inventing the light bulb, 10,000 attempts. You've heard of 10,000 hours. 10,000. So who is crazy enough to embark on something that is going to lead to massive failure? Wherever you find any great accomplished person, you will find somebody who has failed thousands of times. So what's the key? Am I going to like run into this failure and rejection? Quote, when we do love to do that which we perceive it right to do, we cannot otherwise than embody it in earnest action. That was said by Lydia Maria Child in the 19th century. And the key is to uncover that which you love to do. And because if you don't do that, see, when you do something you love to do, it will challenge you in ways that you don't know when you first start. But it will lead to failure. And that failure will lead to growth, strength, and development. And the reason why people quit, in my opinion, either low self-esteem, which was my case. I quit because I had low self-esteem. When I was challenged, I quit. I didn't quit completely, but I quit in an area that I should have stepped into. Or the second thing is you're not doing something that ignites your spirit. You haven't discovered it. You're merely dabbling, and dabblers end up dabbling again and dabbling again and dabbling. And then we dabble. And then we're dabblers. You don't want to be a dabbler, right? You want to be somebody who has discovered purpose, locked into it, and moving forward. So I want to welcome in our audiences tonight. We have Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. And we're talking about change and rejection. So if you're getting this live or on the playback, what area of your life requires a change? And are you dealing with some rejection, maybe? And maybe that rejection can spark the change. Maybe these two things can play together. Rejection, change, rejection. Maybe you just need to open up to the possibility of said change. And here's a question. What one area seems out of sync? What one area seems out of sync? Maybe there's an area of your life that's out of sync and you want to get in alignment. One of the key words that came up for me was alignment. And I think that when I talk about rejection and finding something that you love to do, it's really like an alignment, if you will, an alignment. If I go back to this quote with Rumi, where he says, in your defects, you'll find glory. In your defects, right? Are you willing to go into those defects, embrace them, and let them teach you, and let it lead to something else? I heard this story today that Alexander Graham Bell, the telephone, right? The original telephone, he had the patent on the telephone, and the idea was rejected. Now, if we look back from today's perspective, can you imagine living without the telephone today? But when the telephone was first released, the hardwire telephone, they said it was a toy. They rejected the idea. But today, when we look back, we go, oh my God, it would be impossible to live today without the telephone. So I propose that every great idea, I say most great ideas, most great people, most innovators will be massively rejected in the beginning. Albert Einstein, theory of relativity, 2 years to get noticed, and then like another, I don't know how many years of study before he got really recognized for what he had accomplished. I go back to discovering what you love and being committed to that, whatever stage in life you find yourself. For if you do not, you will wake up 1 year from today on October 2nd, and most of us will be in a state of repeat. So, what area are you getting rejected in? What area may there be a defect in that you can shine the light into? Shine the light into. Shine the light and see what it has to teach. I want to share with you that I launched a poetic inspirational experience on October 15th. No, yesterday, October 1st. We're going to be doing it again on October 15th. And the feedback was phenomenal. It was exciting. And I think the next one's going to be even better. So that link, if you go to austinhaines.com, let's put that banner up here. austinhaines.com. There it is, austinjhaines.com. There's a link for the itinerary. You'll see it. You can register. It's in Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania. It's a part of the Holistic Health and Healing Expo. I don't know how many vendors are going to be at this event, but yesterday, 105 vendors, thousands of people walked through the door, and it was fantastic. It was a fantastic event. So I want to encourage you to get plugged in. I have lots of resources at my disposal that can help you, and you can begin to face this change, begin to discover what's important in you so you can move forward with a new perspective on your life. It's possible at any stage. And if you're getting rejected, I just want to encourage you that that's part of it. It's part of the process. It's part of the process. And we can be freaked out by it, and we can get caught up in the clamor of what society says, or we can get the what? Truth. And the truth will what? Set you free. So seek the truth in yourself, and then you will seek what's true in the world. And when you get the truth, it sets you free. You will get a perspective that you do not have. And that truth could be harsh to look at initially, but liberating it will be. This is Austin. Thanks for checking in with me. And again, go to austinjhaines.com, and I'll put the QR code up for those. Let's see, put the QR code up here for you. Thank you for being here today. I ask you, what is the next best logical step for you in your journey? Is it embracing change? Is it letting go? Is it looking at an area you're getting rejected so you can step into that and get that feedback to improve? Take a look at that and see what answers chime in for you. So thanks for being here, everyone. Have a great night, and we'll see you soon.